Keeping a peaceful and clutter-free home does not always come naturally. Over the years, many of us have filled our spaces with things we once needed, things we once loved, and sometimes things we simply did not know where else to put. But there is a gentle kind of wisdom that lives quietly in Japanese culture, a way of creating a home that feels like an extension of the soul. It is not about strict rules or perfect design. It is about presence, purpose, and peace. Today, I want to share with you 7 simple yet powerful home rituals inspired by Japanese living. These are not steps to check off. They are invitations. They help us not only clear our physical space, but also soften our minds and settle our hearts. Whether you are downsizing, decluttering, or simply looking for a calmer way to live, I invite you to come with me. Because this is not just about how we arrange our homes. It is about how we care for ourselves in the space we call home. Let us begin. Rule 1. Give everything a place and let it rest. There is something calming, almost spiritual, about knowing that everything in your home has a place to belong. In Japanese culture, this practice is more than organization. It is a form of quiet respect, not just for things, but for the life you live within your space. Most of us have spent decades gathering things, some of them necessary, others sentimental, and many simply collected along the way. Over time, homes become full. And when objects do not have a true place to rest, our minds begin to feel the same way: full, scattered, unsettled. In Japanese homes, the idea is simple but powerful. When something is not in use, it should return to its place. This brings harmony, not just to the house, but to the heart. Think about your daily items, your purse, your glasses, your book, your medication. Do they each have a consistent, designated home? A spot where they are always returned to when the day is done? If not, you might find yourself searching for these things repeatedly. A few minutes here, a little frustration there. Over time, these small moments of searching take energy, not just physical, but emotional. They add to the quiet stress that builds beneath the surface. Now imagine if each of those items had a clear, intentional home. A bowl by the door for your keys, a tray on the nightstand for your glasses, a drawer near the kitchen for important papers, each object resting exactly where it belongs. This practice does not require expensive containers or a full house makeover. It simply asks you to look around your space and notice what is floating, then gently guide it home. Start small. Choose 3 objects that you use every single day. Give each one a consistent place. Make that their resting spot, not just when you clean, but always. Then, over time, extend the habit to other parts of your home. When every object has a place, your home becomes more than a shelter. It becomes a partner in your daily rhythm. It begins to support you, quietly and faithfully. And perhaps most importantly, you stop feeling like you are chasing after your life. Instead, you begin to feel gently held by it. Because when your belongings can rest, you can rest too. Rule 2. Make room for empty space. We live in a world that is constantly telling us to fill every inch. Every wall needs art. Every shelf needs decor. Every moment must be productive. But Japanese living embraces a different truth, that the spaces between things are just as important as the things themselves. There is a concept in Japanese culture called ma, spelled M-A. It refers to the space between objects, the pause between moments, the silence between sounds. Ma is not emptiness. It is presence, stillness, a form of peace. In Japanese homes, you might walk into a room and see a low table with nothing on it but a single flower, a shelf with one bowl placed purposefully in the center, a corner of the room left entirely open, simply to allow space to breathe. At first glance, these choices might seem unfinished or sparse, but stay a little longer, and you begin to feel something else: calm, room to think, room to feel, room to simply be. Empty space invites the mind to rest. It gives the eyes a place to pause. It brings softness to a room that might otherwise feel visually loud. And in a deeper sense, it teaches us that we do not need to fill every inch of our lives to be whole. Try this in your own home. Pick one surface, a countertop, a dresser, a table. Remove most of what is on it. Leave one object, maybe two, and allow the rest to be open space. At first, you might feel like something is missing, but give it time. Soon, that space might begin to feel like a gift. Just like a deep breath, space allows us to reset. The truth is, empty space in your home reflects empty space in your heart. Not a void, but an opening. A place for peace to enter. A place for thoughts to settle. A place for you to meet yourself again without distraction. You do not need to live in a minimalist home to practice Ma. You just need to give yourself permission to let go of the pressure to fill. Let yourself keep a little space untouched. Let it stay quiet. Let it feel full, without being crowded. In doing so, you will find that your home becomes more than a container for your things. It becomes a sanctuary for your soul. Rule 3. Turn cleaning into a daily ritual. Most of us grew up thinking of cleaning as a chore, something to push through, something we do when the mess becomes too much to ignore. For many, cleaning means hard work, exhaustion, and sometimes even resentment. But in Japanese homes, cleaning is something entirely different. It is a ritual, a form of quiet presence, a way of giving care both to the home and to the self. Instead of saving it all for the weekend, cleaning in Japan happens in small daily moments. You wipe the sink after brushing your teeth. You fold the laundry with intention. You sweep the floor in the morning, not because it is dirty, but because you are preparing the space for a peaceful day. These acts are not rushed. They are not loud. They are not done with annoyance. They are gentle, rhythmic, and deeply respectful. Imagine if cleaning were no longer a task you resented, but a practice you cherished. What if each time you cleaned, it was a way to connect with your home, to show gratitude for the roof over your head and the objects that serve your life? You do not need to spend hours to feel this shift. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day, done with intention, can transform not just your environment, but your experience of living in it. Choose one small action to begin with. It might be making your bed each morning. Not perfectly, but with presence. It might be wiping down your kitchen counter each night while taking a breath of gratitude for the meal you enjoyed. It might be gently dusting the objects that hold your memories. Over time, these small rituals create more than a clean space. They create continuity, grounding, a sense that each day is a little more whole because of the way you moved through it. In this season of life, when your time is more your own, daily cleaning can become a quiet companion, not something that takes from you, but something that gives back. Because when you care for your space begins to care for you. And in that gentle exchange, you just might find something deeper than order. You might find peace. Rule 4. Keep furniture light and movement free. As we get older, our relationship with our home begins to change. The way we move through our rooms, the way our bodies respond to cluttered pathways or heavy furniture, becomes more noticeable. What once felt cozy can now feel cramped. What once seemed charming may begin to feel like a burden. In Japanese homes, there is a thoughtful simplicity in how furniture is used. The goal is not to decorate every corner or fill every wall. Instead, it is to create flow, gentle, natural, and effortless movement from one space to another. The furniture does not dominate the home. It supports it, quietly and purposefully. Low tables, folding screens, and movable cushions are common. Instead of fixed, bulky pieces, the space remains flexible. Sliding doors can open to expand a room or close to create privacy. Futons are stored away in the morning, to make space for other activities during the day. This design reflects a deeper wisdom. Your home should move with you, not against you. Ask yourself, are there pieces of furniture you walk around every single day? Do you find yourself bumping into corners, reaching awkwardly, or sidestepping obstacles? These small inconveniences build up. They create stress in the body and in the mind, often without us realizing it. You do not have to replace everything. You do not have to go without comfort. But you can take a moment to look around and ask, does this piece still serve me? Is it in the right place? Could it be moved to open the room more? Could it be donated or repurposed? Try to imagine your living space as a river. Each chair, table, and lamp is like a stone placed in the stream. When the stones are positioned with care, the water flows gently around them. When too many stones are placed randomly, the flow is blocked and the water becomes turbulent. The same is true in your home. When movement is easy, the whole space feels lighter. You feel lighter. Your home should not make you work harder than necessary. It should carry you with ease, offering not just function, but a sense of quiet relief. At this stage of life, every step should feel intentional, not rushed, not crowded, and every room should invite you in, not ask you to adjust yourself to fit. Let your home move with you, gently and generously. Rule 5. Let your home change with the seasons. The natural world changes constantly. Trees shed their leaves in autumn. Flowers bloom in spring. The light shifts, the air turns, and life moves in a quiet rhythm. And yet, in many of our homes, everything stays the same all year long. In Japanese tradition, the home reflects the seasons. This is not about decorating for the holidays or changing everything dramatically. It is about subtle shifts that bring your space into harmony with the time of year. In summer, bedding becomes lighter. Airy fabrics take the place of heavy quilts. Light cotton curtains replace thick drapes. In winter, soft blankets are brought out. Warm lighting becomes more prominent. A cozy corner is made even cozier with texture and warmth. Small seasonal objects are also rotated in and out. A bowl of pine cones in winter, a vase of fresh flowers in spring, a single maple leaf on the table in autumn. These are not decorations. They are quiet acknowledgments of nature's movement and your connection to it. This practice helps keep the home feeling fresh, even if nothing new is added. It creates a sense of presence, of being in tune with what is happening outside your windows, and it reminds you that you, too, are part of that natural rhythm. There is also emotional power in this. When your space reflects the world outside, it grounds you. It helps you stay connected to the present moment. You begin to feel time not as something to fight against, but as something to move with. This is especially meaningful as we age. In a world that sometimes makes us feel like time is something we must resist, this practice invites us to embrace it instead, to say, "This season is mine too." You do not need to buy anything new. Often, the most beautiful changes come from what is already around you. A different arrangement of books, a new pillow cover, a candle that reminds you of autumn, a fresh bowl of fruit on the kitchen counter. Let your home breathe with the seasons. Let it shift. Let it evolve. In doing so, you give yourself permission to do the same. Rule 6. Keep only what feeds you emotionally. By the time we reach the later chapters of life, we are no longer just living in our homes. We are living in our histories. The chairs we sit in, the books we have kept, the blankets we fold, and the photos on the wall. Each one tells a story. Some are beautiful, some are bittersweet, and some we have outgrown. For many of us, letting go is not easy. We keep things not just because they are useful, but because they are familiar. We keep gifts we never used, clothes we no longer wear, paperwork we no longer need. We keep the dishes no one eats off of, the linens no one touches, and the holiday decorations we no longer put up. We tell ourselves we might need them one day, or that they are too special to give away, or that someone else might want them later. But in holding on to everything, we sometimes lose our space, and more than that, we lose a bit of peace. In Japanese culture, there is a quiet practice of releasing what no longer serves your life with gratitude. It is not just about clearing clutter. It is about emotional clarity. It is about making space for who you are now, not just who you used to be. Because the truth is, you are not the same woman you were 20 years ago. You have changed. You have grown. You have lost. You have healed. And your home deserves to reflect that version of you, the one who exists here and now. Keeping only what feeds you emotionally does not mean you must strip your home bare. It means surrounding yourself with things that bring warmth, comfort, beauty, or ease. It means letting go of what tugs at you, drains you, weighs you down, or sits untouched in quiet corners. Ask yourself, gently and honestly, does this object still bring me peace? Does it serve a purpose in my current life? Does it hold a memory I cherish, or one I have outlived? You can begin with one drawer, one closet, one box. Hold each item with intention. Listen to what rises in your body as you touch it. Do you feel a soft smile or a tightness in your chest? If you feel a tug of guilt, know that is common. Many of us attach meaning to things, but you are not throwing away the past. You are simply choosing to honor your present. Letting go is not about losing part of yourself. It is about allowing yourself to live lighter. It is about creating a home that supports your current rhythm, not your former responsibilities. You have earned the right to feel peace in your space. You do not need to carry the weight of every season you have walked through. The lessons are within you. The love is within you. The rest, the items, the excess, can be gently released. Some things you will keep forever. A letter in your drawer, a bowl from your mother's kitchen, a sweater that still makes you feel beautiful. Those things belong. But the rest, if it no longer feeds your heart, let it go. Make space for what truly matters, for what breathes ease into your day, for what reflects who you are now. Wise, resilient, full of grace. Your home is your sanctuary. Let it hold only what lifts you. Rule 7. Touch one thing with intention each day. In the quiet rhythm of daily life, we often move through our homes without thinking. We reach for the same mug, fold the same blanket, pass by the same photograph on the wall. And yet, in these ordinary actions lies something extraordinary, the chance to reconnect, to slow down, to feel. Japanese culture teaches that beauty is not found only in grand gestures. It lives in the way we do small things, how we pour tea, how we place a book on the shelf, how we open a door. These actions are not rushed. They are done with presence, with grace, and with respect. At this stage in life, time begins to feel different, faster in some ways, slower in others. But each day still gives us one precious gift, the chance to be fully here. Not just alive, but awake to the life we are living. And so this rule is simple. Every day choose one object in your home, just one, and touch it with intention, not in a hurry, not as a task, but as a moment of quiet attention. Maybe it is a teacup that reminds you of your sister. Maybe it is a quilt your mother made. Maybe it is a framed photo of a loved one. Or maybe it is something simple, a soft dish towel, a wooden spoon, a warm sweater. Pick it up, hold it, feel its texture, notice its weight. Ask yourself, how long have I had this? Why have I kept it? What does it mean to me today? You do not need to force a memory. You do not need to feel anything dramatic. Just be present. Just allow yourself to notice. This small practice brings you back into relationship with your home, and more importantly, with yourself. It says, I am here. I am still living, and I still care about the little things. Sometimes, this moment may bring up emotion, a smile, a tear, a long-forgotten feeling. Sometimes, it may be quiet and unremarkable. Both are valuable. Both are real. You may find that by touching one thing with intention each day, other things begin to soften too. You move more gently. You breathe more deeply. You begin to see your home not as a list of chores or projects, but as a collection of moments, a living story. Your story. This practice does not take time. It creates time. It invites you to pause, not because you have to, but because you can. And in that pause, something opens. A stillness. A presence. A thread that connects you to what is real. Because in the end, a peaceful home is not just about what we remove. It is also about how we relate to what we keep. It is not just about letting go of clutter. It is about holding meaning, softly, gently, one day at a time. So tomorrow morning, or this very evening, take a moment. Pick up one thing in your home. Let it be something familiar. Let it be something overlooked. And just for a breath or two, be fully present with it. That moment, simple, quiet, real, is a kind of prayer. A way of saying, I am here. I am grateful. And this is enough. Your life is still yours to shape. It is never too late to begin again, to clear a space, to take a breath, to choose a different rhythm for the life you are living now. For many years, life moved fast. You cared for others. You worked. You worried. You said yes to things because you had to, because there were expectations, roles to play, people to protect. But now, in this season of life, there is room, not just in your home, but in your heart. And maybe, for the first time in a long time, you get to ask yourself, what do I want to keep? What do I want to release? What kind of life do I want to live, not for others, but for me? This is where real peace begins. The home you live in is not just walls and furniture. It is a mirror. It reflects how you treat yourself, how you see your past, how you imagine your future. And when you begin to care for your home with love and attention, not pressure, not perfection, you begin to care for yourself in the same way. Start small. You do not have to change everything at once. You do not need to prove anything. This chapter is not about doing more. It is about doing less, but doing it more meaningfully. Make space in your home so you can make space in your spirit. Let go of what no longer holds life. Keep only what breathes ease and joy into your days. Touch your things with presence. Move through your rooms with care. Let beauty be found in the ordinary. Most of all, let this home and this life feel like yours. Not a museum of what has been, not a storage unit of someday, but a sanctuary of now. You have earned this peace, not through wealth, not through perfection, but through years of loving, trying, showing up, and beginning again. And today, you get to begin again, as softly as you want, as slowly as you need, as deeply as you are ready, because your life, even now, is still yours to shape. As we reach the end of this gentle walk through the home, I hope you are leaving not with pressure to change everything, but with a quiet invitation to begin where you are. These 7 rituals, drawn from Japanese wisdom and shaped for a thoughtful life, are not meant to be rules you must follow. They are pathways, gentle doorways into deeper peace, greater clarity, and a more tender relationship with the space around you. Your home does not need to be perfect. It does not need to look like a picture in a magazine. It only needs to feel like it welcomes you, like it reflects the woman you are today, wise from the road you have walked, softened by love and loss, and open to the quiet joy still ahead. It is not too late to live differently. It is not too late to simplify. to soften, to live with less and feel more. Each day is still a gift. Each drawer you clear, each moment you pause, each object you touch with care, it is all a form of love. Love for your life, love for your home, and love for the time you have now. Let these rituals guide you, not to do more, but to do with meaning. Not to empty your space, but to fill it with presence. Not to chase perfection, but to rest in enough. So perhaps tonight, as the light fades and the room quiets, you will sit with a warm cup in your hands and feel, even if only for a moment, that everything is exactly as it should be. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are right on time for this life, this home, this chapter. And if your heart feels just a little more spacious, if your breath feels just a little deeper, then you have already begun. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, may your home hold you with kindness. And may you always remember, peace does not come from having more. It comes from needing less and loving what remains.